Hello everyone, welcome back to Frozen's tutorial. Today I'm back with another topic and this topic is very important for your exam. So please watch till the end, and the topic is labor and Indian constitution. That is, what role did Indian constitution play in forming various labor rights, labor laws or labor codes, labor legislation. Alright, so in the screen you can see Indian constitution. Based on Indian constitution, I have highlighted different facts. Please pause this video and read one by one. And being a citizen of India, we should at least know what our Indian constitutions is. So going to the topic directly, there are different highlights here. You can see we will be discussing about preamble and in labor legislation, fundamental rights and labor legislation, directive principles and labor legislation. Basically, see, in forming various labor legislations or labor laws, you call it, this Indian constitution has played an important role. Indian constitution, I see, has played an important role. And what are those Indian constitution, the parts? They are preamble, fundamental rights and directive principles. So these three has played a various role, means important role in forming various labor legislation, laws, etc. So going to the next slide, you can see a brief discussion about Indian Constitution is given. Like Indian Constitution, it was what passed in 26 November 1949 and it became effective after 2 months. That is 26 January and 1950. So it became effective from under the Constitution of India. See, now where is labor placed? Labor is placed in the subject of what? Concurrent list. Is a subject in concurrent list. That is what we have, like according to 7th schedule, we have three lists. That is union list, we have state list, and we have concurrent list. And concurrent list, labor is in concurrent list. That is, both state government and central government are competent to enact legislation and subject to certain matters being placed for central. So in order to enact various laws or labor legislation, state government and central government, they have the power. So basically, let's just see a brief about how the origin or the concept of labor welfare came in India. Labor welfare came in India before like our independence, and it started from like during British time itself, like abolition of slavery in 1833, then Apprentice Act in 1850, and also like Employees Compensation Act 1923. Why this act came in, and different risks were there before earlier, like doctrine of assume risks, all those. Do read, and I will also cover up with another topic later on. So these are few, like the origin, how it came. Then here comes again labor rights and various Indian constitution. Like I have said, it has been taken from preamble and fundamental rights and descriptive principles of state policy. Now let us see what is fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are justifiable and enforceable rights, while directive principles are non-justifiable. Okay, and it cannot override fundamental rights. And fundamental rights provide what? Political rights, whereas the directive principle of state policy provides social and economic rights. So at least try to know the basic difference among these two. Now going to the next. So basically this is preamble of our constitution in the right side. You can see preamble of our constitution. Like what this preamble did, it is like what? Bedrock for framing all labor and social legislation. Like because of this principle, like today we have what? Different legislation, like social security legislation, protective. See, legislation, when we speak about legislation, we know there are protective legislation, there are regulative, there are social security, and there are welfare legislation. Try to remember this. So all this concept came in from preamble. Now a questions may be asked for you also in exam. Like let's say, from where like labor concept or welfare section has come from Indian Constitution, which part? So you can say preamble, fundamental rights, and then there is the state principle. Now, labor in Indian Constitution. With respect to preamble, we have done. Now it's fundamental rights and see, you see here, it's with respect to fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. DEPSP, directive principles of state policy. So we all know already labor is subject in a concurrent list. Again, this may be asked in exam. Many attempts it was asked previously also. Labor is in which, like in Indian constitution. So it is in concurrent list. So concurrent list, again we know central and state has the power to enact legislation. Now when we say enact, you should know enact means what? Make provision, or create provision, or proposal, all those. Alright. You can make, create, propose, all those is known as enact. So now part 3 of the constitution, it deals, see, when we say fundamental rights, what are they? They are part 3 in Indian constitution, and it is from article 12 to 35. So within this article also there are some articles which are very much related to our like labor rights or welfare. So we should remember this one by one, like at least try to figure it out one by one and remember this article from article 14 to article 43a or up to 47, you can see in the screen. So what is article 14? It says article 14 states that everyone should be equal before law. So remember this. Sometimes you may be asked how, like let's say article 14 will be there, again 16 will be there, 15 will be there, again 19 will be there, and right side you have to do like match the following. So this is very important, and you should like by heart this. I should tell like remember it. And article 16 speaks about equality of opportunity. Again article 15 speaks about states should not discriminate against citizen. Article 19 talks about right to form association or unions. That means it gives an opportunity to form union. For example, from here like Trade Union Act was derived. Trade Union Act 1926. They like was formed because of this. We can say. Alright. Then Article 21, right to life. Article 23, prohibition of trafficking and forced labor. Article 24, prohibition of child labor under the age of 14 years. Like we have even the child labor act also, like where they prohibit even in factories also below 14 years, like they prohibit anywhere, like prohibit working. So they follow everywhere. So this article has been followed in most of the like acts or in every legislation. With respect to directive principles of state policy, we have different, like let's say article 38, where states shall strive to promote all the welfare of the people. Again article 39, equal pay for equal work. Pay for equal work means what? We have like equal remuneration act 1976. So it talks about what? Equal pay for equal work, yes or no? Then right to work, provision for just human and conditions of work. It's Article 42, and it comes many a times in exam. Article 43, right to living wage. And what is right to living wage? Living wage, in a sense, it has been defined living wage by Committee on Fair Wages. The definition is given like it represents the higher level of wage. It should include all amenities of a citizen living in a modern civilized society. So you are at least having a comfort life, and also able to bear all the expenses that you require for living in modern society. So basically society. Yes or no? So this is what it talks about living wage. And when we say about wage, try to remember there are various type of wage also. There are subsistence wage, minimum wage, minimum wage, then fair wage, fair wages, then you have living wages. Now again Article 43, it speaks about participation of workers in management. Again this is also very important, and it is was done in 42nd Amendment of Indian Constitution. Remember that. Now see, 7th schedule. I have already spoken this. There are union lists, concurrent lists, and state lists. Each has different like. See, when you say union list, who is the appropriate government? Appropriate government. Always it should be central government. Central government is the appropriate government. Here both can be, and here state government. So I have you have understood this, and remember this Article 45 also, 10 years of free education under 14 years of age, and then 47 also state of level of nutrition and standard of living to be improved. State should like raise this. So going to the next now, going to the next, like I already told you, like what are the questions that may be asked. See, now we have already discussed about labor policy or labor welfare. Like it has like from where? From preamble also it has taken preamble, and then it is taken from fundamental rights also. It has taken from directive principles of state policy also. This also it has been done. So it is A, B, C. It is ABC. The correct answer is ABC. Now, which principle among the following was added to the directive principle of a state policy by the 42nd Amendment? Now, which was done in 42nd Amendment? I have already told you this. See, this 42nd Amendment is Article 43. That is participation of workers in management. So that correct answer is number B. So I hope all of you have understood the basic points about what different in like different parts of Indian Constitution plays with respect to labor or labor rights. And with this, I end for today's lecture. Yeah. Thank you.